Hello YouTube, in this tutorial we will learn how to substitute this if-else-if mess here, which tends to be kinda ugly after some time, with something else, and that else will be switch block of code or switch statement. Let me explain. Well, for start we will just put this into comments because we will probably need it later to save ourselves a little bit of time. Right, so we will use these things: switch and case and break and default. So these are like new commands, okay? But don't worry about that, it will be totally intuitive and you know this from your normal English. Really logical way of typing code. So yeah, how to start? Well, we first need to check for symbol inside of this field for operation. Well, switch, and what we're going to check, that will be operation. Operation. Right, so inside of curly brackets we will state those actions and further checks. So first possible option will be, well, addition. Okay, so let's type that. If case, we don't need to type if case, just case. Case is plus, then something need to be done, actual operation, and let's say that will be just from here. We will just copy paste this stuff. I don't want to, torture you typing this again. So let's have a little bit of indentation because it's nicer. Now this is one case and we have 5 because for normal operations, mathematical one, and then option number 5 will be when we mess something here. Okay, so that's like an error on our side. So we need 4 possible cases and 5 which is like default error checking. Let me just type that. So after this is done, because only one operation can be done, we need to break it. So after we get result, we will break it, like with break. Okay, and that's it. Okay, that's totally it for addition. Now let's go to subtraction, case minus operation will be, we will grab that from down there. Okay, so let's copy paste that here, and same thing, when we are done with operation we will break from it. There is no purpose into going to further operations. Now next thing will be, well, you probably guess, multiplication or division, what I was using. Let me see, multiplication. So let's actually, yeah, we can type this, case multiplication, and let's use copy paste approach here because it's kind of easier. Down there, and of course we need to break from it when we are done with multiplication, and same thing from for division. What's the operation? Let's grab it from down. Okay, and we need to break from it. So you pretty much get the approach here. You will just at the top have a switch, and then what you are going to check, and then what are possible cases. If you run into specific case, you will do specific operation, and then you will stop there. That's pretty much it. So you will have one switch, many cases, and at the end one backup alternative, which will be like a default. So yeah, so we are pretty much done with normal operations. Let's go with default. Now default will be activated if any of those is not selected or is not correct. Okay, so that's like the only thing that you can count on that will be done if these are fails, something like that. So default, and what were we using here? Echo weird operation. Okay, that will be like default, and that's pretty much it. So you don't need to say break here. I mean, it's just end of ends, very simple stuff. So let me test that in our form. Refresh, number 10, number 5, operation plus 15. Yeah, so that works. Let's check that individually. operation minus result 5, so this place works, and multiplication 50, that works. Okay, so everything is fine, and final check, submit. Okay, that works too, and let's create error here like blah blah blah, non-existing operation. Only in the head of Slavoj Žižek you have that operation, but submit, and weird operation. There you go, so everything works. Now let me repeat what we are doing here, because it's kind of nice to know this. You'll use it in PHP definitely through your career. So we can invade if else if mess using switch block of code. In switch of block of code, inside of brackets you will check one field. Based on that field, what is entered, either directly here or grabbing from HTML form or from somewhere else, it's not important. So based on that case, specific case, you will do specific action, and that's pretty much it. After you are done with action, you will break from execution, and well, that's it. You know, very simple stuff. So you can practice this. If you are confused, and that's possible, you know, just disregard this. You can totally delete it, and then you can hard code here like something, like you can say operation equals plus, and then down there you can use these first and second, and they will be like hard coded. So you can type that here, like first number will be 5 and the second number will be, I don't know, 10, and you can just, you know, change these things here directly, you know. So yeah, grab things PHP. Now you don't need to go to form because we don't use it here, okay? So you can just run this grab things PHP script directly. And well, addition 15, because yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let's change the symbol, minus 5, and there you go, the thing works. So very cool stuff. You know, I find this very interesting and usable, and as I said, you will use it pretty much all the time when you're creating your own checks, CMSs, applications, and so on. But I always like to work with HTML forms because, let's be honest, PHP is for web development. So let me return to normal operation, grabbing things from form. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Let me check that one more time. And that works. So there you go. Pretty much cool stuff. Thank you for watching as always, and see you next tutorial.